Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your October 16th to the 31st, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit that bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. And let's let the bulls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Sagittarius, October 16th to the 31st, Sagittarius. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. And let's see what your chakra cards have to say. Sagittarius, October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Sagittarius. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Sagittarius. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, fantastic. These three. So we're starting off here with communication. Now, this is a tricky time for communication. We've entered into Mercury retrograde. There is a sense that communication can be topsy-turvy. There's miscommunications. There's a sense of everybody kind of wanting to scream over each other, escalating and escalating and escalating to be able to be heard because they feel as if their voice is drowning, because they feel as if, the art of communication just isn't there. So this is definitely something to be addressed during this time. But for you, Sagittarius, you are such a communicator. You have such a way of pulling people together, of looking at things and looking at the nuances. During this time, if you step back from the chaos of everybody and you focus on your thoughts, you're focusing on what it is that you desire, and you look at the nuances of the way people are communicating. You look at their facial expressions. You look at everything that they're doing, their body language, everything. The tone of their voice. This is going to be something that brings you on a higher level of communication. It doesn't mean you'll always get it right. We don't always get it right. But this is with the throat chakra. And with communicating, this is a sense of letting your voice be empowered, of letting your ideas and ideals be empowered, and moving forward in that passionate truth and that beautiful understanding. And this is also communicating quietly and serenely with yourself. It's sitting there and making plans, gaining an understanding, looking at things openly and honestly for you. And it brings you to meditation. Now, this is the crown chakra. What Spirit wants you to meditate on during this time, and how I've come to see, and Spirit has shown me, the crown chakra is what crown are you wearing when you meditate. And it doesn't mean that you have to sit quietly. If you don't like sitting, you can go for a walk, ramble around, just, detach yourself and let yourself be in a moment of discovery, of peace, of quiet, of understanding. And so here, visualize every night before you go to sleep, or every morning when you wake up. Visualize, or both, a beautiful velvet box being presented to you, put on a table, and you're sitting before it. Beautiful table, however that appears to you. This beautiful velvet box, and it opens, right? What does your crown look like? What does the crown of your heart look like? Is it beautiful? Is it ornate? Is it over the top? Is it just so spectacular that everybody would ooh and ah when they see it? Is it small? Is it demure? Is it something that not everybody would see or doesn't stand out right away, but it's powerful, it's beautiful, it's there for you? Now, see yourself reaching for that crown. Can you reach for it? Or is that crown so beautiful that you can't touch it? Is that crown tarnished? Is it broken as you reach for it? As you reach for it, do you see it falling apart? Do you see it shattering? Do you see it falling away? And then ask yourself why. If you see yourself able to take it, place it on your head. What does that feel like? Does it feel like a lie? Does it feel like the absolute truth? This is grace crowning you. And this is the acceptance of grace, of harmony, and of peace in your life. And the work that it takes to be able to crown yourself. Is it, listen, I have so much to do. I can't wear a crown. This is ridiculous. This is really looking at things. And in this meditation, see it. See yourself being crowned. And if you would like me to do a meditation on that, let me know. And I can put one up because, Spirit is saying that is so important. That is so important for you. That is so important for your way forward. That is so important for what's being discovered. And it leads you to family. It leads you to your roots. This is the root chakra. And it can lead you to seeing things within your family that are wrong, that, might have scarred you, might have given you so much love and joy that are absolutely true for you. It's your family, or it's the family that you've created for yourself. It's empowerment. It's beautifulness. It's being there for you. It's your roots, and it's the way that you're growing. Okay, now the left-hand side, this is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side is the public arena, the public self. So we're starting with the Hermit. This is a very quiet time for you. Meditation is astoundingly important for you, Sagittarius, as you're starting things. Now, it can be that you're very much in the public arena. For you personally, taking those times out, connecting with your soul and yourself, that is going to be so empowering, so absolutely abundant. Now, Virgo energy is a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. Then we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is looking at two paths and thinking, I only have two ways forward. You're going to see that that's not really true. You're going to see that as you're focusing on your bullseye, here, and we'll talk about the imagery on the cards in just a minute, or the cards more in depth in a minute. As you're focusing on that bullseye, you're seeing more paths, you're seeing more ways forward. And then you have the Empress. And I love that you go from the Two of Swords to the Three in the Major Arcana. So you have that beautiful progression. And there's a sense here of cradling and nurturing the creative energy within you, of bringing that forward into the world. And as you do so, there is the Knight of Cups. There's an embracing of your love, of your harmony, of what you desire, and there's a fighting for it. There's a sitting there and saying, this is my truth. This is what I stand for. This is who I am. And the Knight of Cups is a water sign energy, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer. Then we have the Ace of Wands, passionate creativity. And this is a gift from divinity, God, source, spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing you this gift of creation, this gift of musing, this gift of inspiration. And we'll see if you're going to be taking it. But it is permeating your heart, and your heart is opening up to it in a way that is taking you out of modernity. It's taking you out of of your comfort zone in a very real way. And this is judgment. Judgment is your angels resurrecting you. It's kind of like you're coming out of the box, and you can literally be seeing yourself and feeling yourself coming out of the box that the world puts us in. It's kind of like, okay, you have to sit here, you have to be like this. And it's like, why? I don't want to. Why can't I be me powerfully, beautifully, and personally? And so you are having a resurrection of self into your power. And then you face the moon right here. So there's strong Pisces energy because the moon represents Pisces, and the Knight of Cups also represents the water sign of Pisces. But this is facing fears. This is looking at things differently. And that's what you're doing as this creative energy comes forward. And then you have the Lovers, which is a Gemini energy, a time frame of May 21st to June 20th. And you're embracing what you love here. You're embracing what you desire. Again, in your heart, your angels are really blessing you. There's a way that you are looking at things. There's a way that you're being inspired towards things that is really quite spectacular. And then it leads you, well, look at that. You definitely take this gift of the Ace of Wands. It leads you to the Queen of Wands. It leads you to passion. It leads you to creation. It leads you to fire and determination. And this is, of course, this is a gift for you, Sagittarius, and this is a gift taken by you as a queen. And this is amplifying the fact that you're going to be more behind the scenes during this time. You're going to feel more comfortable there. And you're also going to see the interconnectedness of things without having to have people know about it. So there is a very private sense to you during this time. You have the Nine of Cups. There's a beauty, there's a radiance to you. You have the repeat of the number 9. You're coming very close to a completion of a cycle. But as you have the Nine of Cups coming forward, you have this sense of beauty radiating within you. You have the sense of wishes granted as you start to see things out of your comfort zone, out of the way that you had before. And it's like, okay, I get it. And then you move forward as yourself right here. You come forward as a queen, but you're also a defender of what it is that you desire. Now, it's going to be so much easier for people to see the blessings that come forward. It's going to be so much easier for others to see the gift of the Nine of Cups than it is going to be for you. That is something to be mindful of during this time. It can be very easy to kind of fall into old habits, kind of to go back and feel like you're stuck in the box again, as if things cannot change. And then as you sit in meditation, as you focus on that crown that you are wearing and that you are to be wearing, you see yourself moving forward towards more. And it moves you towards your passion, towards your creation, but it also has you slaying dragons. And archetypically, dragons they're the hoarders of our wealth. They are a giant form of the serpent, most definitely, which is why, in biological standards, they say that our eyesight has developed so well. We had to be able to spot the snakes in the grass. Well, this isn't having to be able to spot it. This is having to be able to defeat it, right? Because it's so huge. And then it leads us to the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups are our dreams. The Seven of Cups are our hopes. And it's saying, do not live in the realm simply of dreams, but in manifesting of those dreams to move us forward into empowerment. And that is what we're doing during this time. That is how we're seizing the creative path that seemed like it was lost to you. It's like this road was overgrown. It was covered. It felt like it could never be yours, but it is. But it is. And that's what you're claiming. You're claiming it back during this time. And it can be one little step. If you take one step every single day towards your betterment, 1% better, 1% better, 0.5% better. By the end of the year, if you take 1% better, by the end of the year, you're 365% better. That's huge. Even half of that is huge. Can you imagine that blessing within your life as you move forward? Now let's see here the people who are to aid us during this time. Yes. Who are the people who are going to be aiding Sagittarius? October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Sagittarius. Who are the people who are going to be aiding Sagittarius? October 16th to the 31st Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels, ooh, fantastic. And spirit guides, there we go. So we start off here, the Queen of Wands. You have you as the Queen of Wands here. You have the Queen of Wands energy aiding you. This is a fellow fire sign energy or somebody who you really, really resonates with. You do not have to know that these people are fire sign energies. These don't even have to be people that you know in real life. This could be somebody that you found online that is like a mentor to you. This can be a book, a poem, a piece of art, a movie that really speaks to you in such a profound way. It embodies this passion of getting the life on track, on your life on track. I'm not saying that it isn't on track, but it can always be better, right? We can always improve. We can always look at things, kind of roll up our sleeves and embrace our passion, our desire, and our focus forward. And there's a hidden independence, there's a hidden grace to you during this time with that little cat right down there. And in this deck, there are cats repeated. And this is, I believe, the only time in this particular deck that they are there. There's passion, there's discernment, there's understanding, there's, this ingenuity and bounty that is a part of you. And that is going to be what you're driven to and drawn to with the Queen of Wands. This is a person who isn't afraid of rolling up their sleeves. This is a person who has us facing harder truths than maybe we would want to, has us reanalyzing things, looking at things more openly and more honestly. And it's like, oh man, I didn't see it that way before. I didn't look at it like that. And oh, okay, I get it. And it can be just getting a little bit of it and having to go back and rewatch, re-listen, look at things again. And it's like, oh, I see it. I see it. And I see it much more openly, much more honestly than I did before. And then we have the Chariot. This is a Cancer energy time frame of June 21st to July 22nd. This is a person who moves forward in love. This is a person whose heart is astoundingly powerful. Now, when Spirit says, the Cancer energy, nobody can tell them how to love. And that's pretty true with every single person, right? We cannot tell people how to love. They embrace their love in their way. And especially when you've fallen in love, it's like, all the answers. But this is a person whose heart leads them forward. This is a person who has a depth of understanding or a depth of compassion that is really quite unbelievable. And people will mistake this for weakness. People will think, I can walk all over this person. That's just fine. They're weak and I can do this. But this person is a warrior of the heart's truth. And again, you can be inspired by this person in a multitude of different ways. But their inspiration walks with you. And it empowers and emboldens your heart. And we see that right here with you being a warrior of what you love. And it leads you to the Princess of Cups. It leads you to an opening of your heart. It leads you to a grace and to a blessing. Now, this could be the same Cancer energy, because of course, Cancer energy is a water sign energy, but it's love. It's love. It is somebody who loves deeply and who loves kindly, who loves gently and who loves purely. This is a person who looks at things more openly and more honestly for themselves and for the world around them. And this is a person who wants to share those waters. Now, this could be a very young soul. So this could be a person where they just have a very youthful energy to them. It doesn't actually have to mean that they're young, though they could be, but they have a very young energy to them. Now, if you hear my nephew in the background, I do apologize. He is making himself known to the world. All right, so here we have the Hermit. The Hermit is that need to turn inwards. It's that need for meditation. You need to connect, and that's why here with meditation, if you see that light right over the heart, that is what you're meditating on. And that's what you're connecting with this Virgo energy, that need to connect with the heart, with the soul, but also with the practicality of things. Because a lot of times, especially when we're really young and we're looking at things and we're like, you know what, it doesn't matter. I can be a starving artist. It doesn't matter. I can put up with anything, right? And then we live it. And it's like, oh man, that's not fun. That's not even remotely close to fun. And so here, it's connecting with the heart, but also with practicality, because you do have this as an earth sign energy. So it's planting those roots. It's looking at things openly and honestly for yourself. It's needing time away. It's needing time to recharge from people, from things, as you move forward and as you embrace your grace and what you desire. And it leads you to connecting with yourself, right? And it leads you to the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords here, we have her blindfolded, throwing right at and hitting the bullseye. So it's kind of like it is taking what we see in the world and saying, hush, and hitting our bullseye with our thoughts, with our minds, as we connect with the bigger picture of what we want, as we focus, and as we train our minds, we train ourselves, we train our souls. Because with being able to hit the bullseye, that doesn't happen overnight. But we as human beings, we want it to happen overnight. Oh my goodness, do we ever? We want to run before we walk. We want to fly before we crawl. We want to do everything. And we want it to come as easily as if we were savants. But we're not. Very few of us are. There is a sense of grace in learning. There are pathways that open up once we connect with the truth of our bullseye, with the truth of our passion, our ideas, our ideals, and ourselves, what we are focusing on and what we desire. And as we aim for that mark, you are going to find that there is a power in you that you thought didn't exist. You thought this road wasn't for you. It could be for everybody else, but you, Sagittarius, you weren't going to be able to walk it. You weren't going to be able to create it. And you know what? For you to think that is a crying shame, because you have that creative spark to you. You have that passionate ingenuity and understanding and seeking for deeper meaning and deeper knowledge within the world. And there is a sense here of being tired. You know, what if you thought everybody was doing their best? And what if their best highly disappointed? Because you thought, okay, just keep on pushing forward, keep on embracing that passion, keep on going for it. And they broke your heart. And you have that happen to you enough times. It's like, well, why even bother? Why even walk down this path? Why even embrace my creativity? Why even, think that the little droplet of my ideas and ideals can change anything. But remember that saying, one drop of water can flood the ocean. It can. It can flood the seas. And it's embracing that connection. It's creation of beauty. And it's finding that path that the world makes us think, oh, you can't walk that. You can't have that. You have to be like everybody else. And what if that doesn't fit with who you are, what you desire, what you want? There's a need to connect with your heart, your soul, and yourself. There's a need to sit there and say, this is me, and be unapologetic for it. You are creating the existence. You are claiming the throne that seemed to have been stolen away. You are fierce and you are powerful, and it moves you to being a defender of your heart. It moves you to embracing what you love and not apologizing for it. This is also water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, right? This is a sense of moving towards more, moving towards love, slowly and steadily. It's not charging into things, which, it's always fun to charge into love, but it's moving slowly and steadily. That's why the heart is the Knight of Cups is the second slowest moving knight. The Knight of Pentacles is the first slowest. So when you are, let's say, creating a home, right? And let's say you're building it yourself, so you're really digging in at this. You lay the foundation, right? That takes time. You can't move until the foundation is settled. And then you do, the outline, and I don't know how to build a house. So it takes time though. It takes time, it takes planning. You have to have the proper pipes, you have to have the proper everything, forms filled out. And then with love, when we open up our hearts to the world, and we learn this rather young, when we're hurt, when we're overpowered, when love and life just kind of takes hold and we think, oh, I found the answer. Oh, I'm so in love. Oh my gosh, this is so great. And then we get disappointed. It makes us feel like we have to have our armor on all the time. We have to sit there and say, oh no, I'm going to get hurt again. There's a good chance that as we live in the beauty of our love and we walk forward as a defender of our love and our desire, we will get hurt. But it's being a warrior of that love. It is being a champion of that truth. And it's not sitting there and saying, my cup, my understanding is wrong. It's sitting there and saying, no, I defend what it is that I desire because I deserve to walk on the path that is right for me. And as you embrace this, you have the Ace of Wands coming forward. With your heart, there's passion here. There is such passion during this time. And it's passion, again, that you thought, oh, well, that was silly. Oh, that was silly. I can't. I can't walk down that road. I can't do this. Life and responsibility might have taken hold, or you might have just been laughed at so many times or met with so many failures that it's like, okay, this I'm giving up on. It's like, no. This is your truth. This is your heart. This is your passion. This is your soul. This is yourself. This is a gift from divinity. And it's saying make time for it. Make time 5 minutes every day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Increase it by 10-minute increments as you can. But make time for your passion. Make time for your bliss. Joseph Campbell said, follow your bliss. It didn't mean you're going to be happy every moment of every day and that happiness is never going to end. He meant that there needs to be a spark of joy in your life. And there needs to be. It's what we crave as individuals. It's what we become so envious of when we see it in others and it's not ours, and especially for a fire sign energy, especially for you, Sagittarius. You need that spark of discovery. You need that spark of passion. And it's a resurrection. It's a resurrection of your soul and of yourself, and embracing of power and embracing of brilliance. And it's like, yes, I'm coming out of the darkness. And your heart is coming out of the darkness and into the light. And it's about gosh darn time. And it is time to follow your music. And it's time to follow your path. Yes, this does mean, and I am a huge champion for responsibilities. You know, we have to uphold our responsibilities. We can't just drop everything, run away, join the circus. I mean, it's a fantasy that we have at times, but we can't. We can't. We have people who rely on us. This is an embrace of the heart, the soul, the passion, and the self. This is sitting there and saying, okay, I have my responsibilities, but I also have me. And it's not becoming one of those selfish me people. You know, if you've stumbled across this reading and you're this far in, you know, you're not one of those people anyway. It's embracing that you matter. And it's rising into the power that you love. The power of your love. The power of your truth. The path that you were born to walk. And it brings you to facing fears. Because when we have something so powerful come in, and this line right here, I mean, you have an ace card, which is astoundingly powerful. And then you have all major arcana cards. So the heart is a heavy hitter during this time. This is why you have the meditation card of connecting with it, of seeing what your heart desires, seeing the beauty, the glory, the brilliance of your heart, and crowning yourself with it. And what that looks like for you. You're facing fears. And as you do so, you're slaying dragons because you're finding that path that you are to walk. That path that we so easily give up on. And we can start to give up on who we intrinsically are around the age of 5, you know? So here, there is this sense, and it doesn't mean that it happened all overnight, though, you know, if you're looking at things, it could have. It could have felt like, wow, everything just crumbled overnight. Here you are looking at the beauty of silence, okay? But you're also facing fears, because in the darkness, we are to face the fears of the shadows, the fears of the unknown, the fears of the heartbreaks, the pains, the disappointments. And the shadows are what we got rid of, you know, as soon as we possibly could with fire. You know, we as human beings, we try to fight off the night. But there's a brilliance in the night. There's also brilliance in our fears. Brilliance in understanding our hurts and our pains and our disappointments and facing the darkest aspect of ourself, our shadow self, as, you know, Jung called it. And saying, I can be a monster, because we all can be. But I choose not to be. It's not that wide-eyed innocence of, oh, I could never do that. Because you know what? You could. It's facing the monster and saying you don't get to walk in the light of day. And you don't even get to walk in the night. But I see that fierceness and that ferocity and that scariness that is a part of me. I claim it, but I control it. And so it is claiming and controlling the fears that we have. It's not saying I have to be in control of them. It is saying you don't get to conquer me. And that's a form of control. It's looking at what you desire from your heart, your soul, and yourself. And it's finding that there is beauty. There is serene and undeniable beauty in the silence of the night, in the songs of the nights, in the crickets and in the frogs. There's beauty there. As you look up and see the stars, as you see the moon wax and wane and become full, and watch the process of light and life through the quiet serenity of night. And it brings you to love. It brings you to what you love. It makes clear what you love as you face the fears, and you face maybe even what you fear most. It brings you to what you love. It brings you to a rising of your power, to an embrace of your heart, to an understanding of yourself. It brings you to what you love, to what you desire in life. And as you face this, and as you embrace this, it brings you to the duality of life itself, and the duality of the heart, the soul, the self. It brings you to seeing here, in the smoke from the fire, that an angel watches over you. That you are guided, that you are protected, that there is more than you realized out there. And there is more to love than we give it credit for. And it leads you in the public arena to being a queen, to being a monarch of your existence and taking the gift that is in your heart and absolutely ruling your world with it. Here, you have tamed the dragon. You're sitting on the dragon. Here, as you are a knight, you're fighting the dragon. There will be moments where you feel like, I got this. I really got this. And well done me. And then there are going to be moments where it's like, holy guacamole dip. Like, there is such a road. There is such a hardship. There is such a pain forward. What the heck do you mean? And what I thought was on my side is now my enemy. What I thought I had mastered, the fears, the anger, the upsets, the upheavals, I am now fighting it again? Are you kidding me? So be prepared for that. And it can happen, within a course of a day, because things change so rapidly, in our consciousness, in our minds, in ourselves, that you can find yourself being really confident and then absolutely doubting and fighting for that confidence again. So with the Queen of Wands, you're embracing your power. You're rolling up your sleeves. You're like, this is what I want. This is my fire. This is my passion. This is my brilliance. This is my truth. And as you do this, you embrace what you love. You embrace love. You embrace compassion. You embrace understanding. Other people see this so much more easily than you do, that there is something special about you. They'll want to take you by eyes because people like to. People have a famine mentality. They do. Our world promotes that, because if you think there's not going to be enough, if you feel starved and caged in a corner, you're going to react so much more instantaneously than if you thought, okay, I have the time for this. I have the time for this. Things can develop. So here, with the Nine of Pentacles, there is the sense of being able to connect. There is the sense of blessings coming forward and beauty becoming a part of you and power moving with you. And as you embrace this, you embrace yourself. As you embrace this, you start to see, oh wow, I know more than I thought I did. I have more power than I thought I had. I have more grace than I could have imagined. And it leads you. It leads you to the fire. It leads you to the passion. It leads you to the brilliance. It leads you to moving forward in such a profound and unbelievable way that you find that what has been mastered and what has been fought against, okay, they may not be the same exact dragon. They might not be the way that you were looking at it before. Because here, this is a hoarder of your wealth, of your prosperity, of your bounty. That's what dragons are. Dragons take the gold. They take what is most valuable to us, what we value most, and they say, mine. Not yours, mine. And this is slaying that demon that lives within our lives, within our cultures, within ourselves, that takes away our joy, that takes away our blessings. And it's like, no, not yours, mine. I get to have my power. I get to walk in my truth. And I get to know that I am secure and I am safe within myself. There are a lot of variables, there we go, to life. And we have to face them, yes. But this is being fierce. This is being determined. This is, looking at things and saying, I will not be struck down by what I fear most. That's exactly it. I will not be struck down with what I fear most. And as you say that, as you face these fears and you walk this road and it's like, wow, I could do that. Like, I did that and I'm still standing. Like, how cool is that? It leads you to looking at your dreams and saying, how can I make my dreams a reality? How can I bring my power forward? How can I embrace my grace, my heart, my understanding, myself? And as you see this and as you say this, you embrace what you love. And you start to say, okay, those sacred dreams that we have, and we all have sacred dreams, dreams that are so much a part of our personality, so much a part of what we really, really want in life, but also what we really fear failing at, and we don't want the world to get its grubby little hands all over it, kind of like a toddler touching everything and it's all sticky and you're like, why? You don't want that. You don't want it broken. You don't want it sullied. You want it beautiful. And so we keep our dreams in nice little boxes. We keep them in our conscious mind or in our subconscious mind. And we say, it doesn't get to come out yet. And we have 1,000 different reasons why it shouldn't come out, And some people would say, oh, you make excuses, but they're logical. It's sitting there. It's like, okay, well, that's logical. So it doesn't feel like an excuse. Now it's time to look at that beautiful little box that we hide in the shadows, that we say, oh no, that dream is too precious. It can't be mine. And we embrace that dream. And it doesn't mean that the prosperity that is going to come into your life is the prosperity of movie stars or rock stars or, anything like that. It means that you bring that dream and you have the courage. You slay that dragon. Oh, I like that. You slay that dragon and you claim that throne through love and through a compassionate understanding of self. And you move forward. And you move forward. And maybe the only victory that is yours is the victory of bringing that dream into life and breathing life and kind of birthing that forward in a very heartfelt, emotionally charged, powerful way. And as you embrace this, you embrace a truth that is so profound in you that it changes the way that you stand within your own life. Stand up taller, head up, held high, head held high. And there's worth there. And there's power there. And maybe that was the only thing the dream was supposed to bring you, is a power and worth of self. But it's not enough. And you might be surprised at the road you start to walk down as that beauty comes in. Let's go deeper. Sagittarius, October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Sagittarius. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Sagittarius. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, goodness, okay. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right. And now let's see the people that you are to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people Sagittarius is to be mindful of? October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Sagittarius. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Sagittarius. October 16th to the 31st, 2020 Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, 4. Okay. So we start off here with the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups in its positive form is like the only person you can rule is yourself. That's it. Period. End of discussion. The King of Cups in its negative form is this sense of kind of like emotional vomit. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a powerful person because they're represented as a king. But there's this sense of trying to be in everybody else's business, trying to micromanage, trying to do this, trying to do that. And it's like, stop. So this energy here, this energy of this controlling energy, but also this energy of, I have a problem, fix it. Fix my problem for me. And it's like, I can only fix my problem. What are you talking about? It's like, you have to fix this for you. And so here, it is looking at things. It's looking at things for yourself, Sagittarius. And it's not being caught up in this drama, all right? But it's also knowing that, people can have suggestions, right? They don't have to be taken. But it's like an emotional bully. Actually, that's really what it is. It's an emotional bully here who isn't ruling their own life, but is ruling everybody else's. And that, it's like, okay, enough of that. It's like, just stop it, sit down. And then we have the Prince of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is somebody who cuts through doubts and fears, who wants to empower, but is moving way too fast. They're not thinking it through. And they're going to make logical arguments. And you're sitting there, you're like, okay, I get that. But it's too fast, it's too much, and they're not looking at the bigger picture. And then we have the Strength card. This is Leo energy, time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. And this is a person who is going to use brute force strength to get what they want. Not the strength of compassion, the strength of kindness, which is what they should really be doing. But they're just going to be like, you will listen to me, and that's that. It's because I said so. And it's like, excuse you, who like died and made you God? That's what you're going to think. It's like, what the heck is wrong with you? And then the Queen of Swords. This is somebody who's very aloof. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is somebody who there just isn't that connection with. The way you see things and the way they see things is astoundingly different. This can also be somebody who's very cutting, very kind of blunt and right to the point. They can say things that hold validity to them, and that's why they hurt so much. But don't take to heart everything that they're saying. It's kind of like, look at it, understand it, and then move forward in your truth. All right? They will point out some good things. They will. And that's going to be the really annoying fact of it. But it's kind of like, you don't have to do things the way that they say. And they're also going to be kind of ready for a fight, like a word fight, a verbal confrontation. So just be mindful of that. We have the High Priestess, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. The King of Athames, so the King of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Knight of Cups coming through, once again, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is a defender and a victor of the heart. And then you have the Three of Wands, the repeat of the number 3. Divinity is with you, most definitely. You have the Six of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So the Ace of Pentacles is permeating this whole entire time. You haven't taken it yet. We'll see in your subconscious message if you do. But there's this prosperity, this wealth, this beauty. There's this sense of more that is coming in. And that's what's permeating every single aspect for yourself during this time. It's like this sense of this gift from divinity coming forward for you. And as you have the High Priestess here, it's looking at things differently. It's, again, you have, and I love it, you have this over the Hermit and over the Two of Swords. And the Hermit and the High Priestess is one of my favorite pairings. So the High Priestess pairs with 2 cards. It's the Magician and the Hermit. The Magician is the opposite of her energy, so they counterbalance each other. The Hermit is the complement to her energy. So it's that pulling back. It's that connecting. It's knowing that divinity will be speaking to you, but in the rhymes and the riddles that divinity speaks in. This is a connection with your heart, with your soul, with yourself, with your passion, with what you desire. This is understanding that there is power within and a harnessing and a looking at that power. So this is going to be a very contemplative, very introspective time for you. If you have to do things kind of on a large scale, this is not looking at everybody else, because you don't want to anyway. It kind of freaks you out. It freaks you out. This is looking at what you desire, at what you need. This is connecting with your justice, with your sense of discernment. It's like not letting everybody's knowledge in, not letting everybody's opinion into your life, being discerning, and then moving forward in the balance that discernment brings, that balance that the wisdom brings. And it's a wisdom that is lost. Just as you are walking down a path that you thought was lost to you. This is a wisdom that you thought, oh, well, that can't be mine. I don't have a voice. I don't have a power. I don't have an insight or an understanding. And it's like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. And now you're seeing that in a very real way. And this is your hard work, your dedication, your determination paying off. But this is also understanding how hard and long that road was and is, So as you're looking at things and as this path opens up to you, because it's over the Empress, it's like as this path opens up to you, give yourself credit for how hard you have worked and how long the road has been. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of times when the road gets hard, we think that the world owes us something. And you hear that all the time. It's like, well, nobody helped me and nobody did this and nobody did that. When we make it, yes, at times because we had the support of people around us. But we also make it because we had that will of determination. We had that drive, that fire, which you most definitely have. And it's a sense of giving homage to every lesson that was learned, every hardship, every pain along the way. Not for evil done in our lives. You don't have to sit there and say, wow, thank you for that, because nobody wants that. But it's a look at how far I've come and look at how extraordinary I am. And start to give yourself homage for that hard work, for that dedication, for that prosperity that comes forward, because you're starting to see yourself as a prosperous individual. And that is despite of the negativity that was spoken over you. With the Three of Cups, I see this as the person who was supposed to celebrate us that didn't. The person that we thought had our backs was in our corner. They were supposed to. They could be parents. They could be siblings. They could be, teachers, grandparents, lovers. They were supposed to, best friends or friends. They were supposed to have our backs, and they stabbed us in the back. They raised their cup to us. They said, I celebrate you. And then they didn't. And the hurt of that is astounding. The pain of that can last a lifetime. This is seeing it. This is saying, you know what? That hurt me. That devastated me. But that doesn't get to be the main theme of my story in my life. I'm taking control. And this is also honoring the people who stand by us, whether they simply be our angels and our spirit guides, or they are those people that we overlook because they're always there. They're always there. And we tend to overlook what is always there. A blessing comes in, and that's why you are the fighter of your heart, of your truth, and of your passion. It leads you to the King of Swords. It leads you to knowing your mind. It leads you to that warrior spirit. It leads you to that sense of cutting through doubts and fears, of embracing this passion, of resurrection of power, and saying, this is me. This is me. This is my truth. This is where I stand. And this is the heart and the mind coming together. Why? Because I believe that we are emotional beings. As emotional beings, we need to pay homage to our hearts. We need to honor our hearts, but we also need to honor our minds. We can't be completely emotional because that's an irrational person. And that's a person that isn't as, kind of stable as we would like them to be. And we can't be completely intellectual because that's cold. This is embracing the mind and the truth. This is cutting through doubts and fears and saying, my heart and my logic guide me forward. My heart and my mind, it's like I can understand the path that I am taking. And it is rooted in the strength of my determination and the power of my will. And it then makes you a defender of your heart, because as you face fears and doubts, and as you look at things differently, it's like, I will not be silenced. I will not be kept small. I will not be, knocked off my path. I will walk in the heart's truth. I will walk in my heart's truth. And I will be empowered because of it. And that has the world opening to you. As you embrace, as it brings you love and joy, it has the world opening to you. It's like, wow, I can get on that boat. I can change my world. Maybe not in that drastic way, and maybe it will take years, 3 years or better. Or maybe you've been working at it for years and years and years, a step at a time. And now it's time to start setting sail, taking your power, claiming your truth. And it leads you in the public arena. There's the sense here, as you embrace your power, as the blessings come. This is a walking away with the Six of Cups. This is a walking away of nostalgia, of things were better when. But this is also a walking away from the negativity that was spoken over you as a child and saying, no, I'm now walking my path. That doesn't get to be the truth that I carry with me, that hurt, that pain, that disappointment, because somebody took someone who was young, who had the whole world open to them, who did not have the hurts and the scars that they did. And they said, it's too beautiful, I'm going to ruin it. They might not have known that they were going to say that they were going to do that, but that's what they did. When they spoke that negativity over you, when they made you doubt and fear, that's what they did. And they don't get to have that power in your life anymore, because that is a broken individual. And they might have been doing their best, yes, but it just wasn't good enough, was it? And now you have the Seven of Pentacles. Patience. Patience as you cultivate, as you create, as you slay your dragons. There's a plan. There's a plan. And you're going to want this to happen yesterday, or years ago or weeks ago. But it's in divine timing. It's in divine timing that we move forward. It's in divine timing that pathways and beauty comes into our lives. It's embracing that timing. It's embracing that nurturing of the garden. And it's not, sitting back, twiddling your thumbs. It's just not. It's moving forward in an active way, doing your very, very best every single day. Empowered, emboldened, embracing and envisioning what you desire and being active in that. But also knowing that when the fruit is ripe, it will taste so much sweeter than if we just dip it in sugar and say, okay, well, good enough. And that brings you to a blessing of prosperity, of wealth or something you value as much as money, as you embrace your dreams, as you bring your dreams into reality. And you say, you know what? In the shelf of my mind is not where my dreams get to live. I get to live them every single day. Maybe in a small way, maybe in a big way, but in a way that enriches, there we go, and emboldens your existence. Oh, I like that. I like that, Sagittarius. Let's see what your spirit animal message is for this time. Sagittarius. October 16th to the 31st, Sagittarius. October 16th to the 31st, 2020, Sagittarius. October 16th to the 31st, 2020, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, okay. Ooh, 4. Well, that's lovely. So we're starting here with the lion spirit. I love that. Be generous of spirit, but be bold and be brave. And let that generosity of spirit apply to you. Be generous to yourself. Embolden yourself. Move forward in your tenacity, in your purpose, in your understanding. That then leads you to the rabbit. Now is a lucky time. Now is a lucky time for you of peace, of gentility, of understanding. There is luck around you. And whenever you see these animals in real life or an image of them, know that this is your angels and your spirit guides and these spirit animals coming forward and saying, remember this message. Then we have the dove spirit. Be peace. Be, that old saying, be the peace that you want to see in the world. Be that peace. Be that power of heart, that gentleness of spirit, that tenacity of soul, but be that peace. Move gently, calmly, and softly in this world. And then we have the eagle spirit. Spirit has your back. Spirit has your back and will always have your back. Embrace its boldness. Embrace spreading your wings, because an eagle can fly higher and see more clearly than we ever can. And that is exactly what spirit can do. Spirit can fly higher and see more clearly than we ever can. Your subconscious message for this time is the canary spirit. Sing your own song, which absolutely fits into the reading. Sing your own song. Your subconscious people message is the Prince of Wands. This is you. This is you being that defender, being that passionate truth, slaying dragons, moving forward. Okay? You have that knightly energy to you, that defender energy. Yes, you have the queen coming in, but you, during this time, have now had 3 knights come forward. Oh, 4 knights come forward. They are the same knight. So you are a knight of your heart twice, and you are a knight of your passion twice. And that is powerful. That is brilliant. Your subconscious chakra message is life purpose. Again, your throat chakra. It is walking towards your life purpose and walking in the light of that life purpose. And even we think our life purpose is supposed to be grandiose. Just so shocking, so awing, so overwhelming that it is just like, but it can be calm and it can be gentle. And it can be quiet. But again, so profoundly powerful. It then leads you to your subconscious tarot message, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So we don't have the same deck, okay? But we have the Queen of Pentacles. So there is definitely subconsciously you taking this gift, maybe not as powerfully as if this card was the Queen of Pentacles, but taking it, nurturing, understanding, building, seeing connections that weren't there before or that you didn't see before, and being empowered by it. And then it leads you to going deeper into that subconscious message with the Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Okay, earth sign energy here with the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is embracing what you love. This is being a queen of simply yourself. And that's the only person we have any rule over. This is embracing your heart, your soul, and your compassion, and being that light of truth, of honor, and of peace that is so desperately needed in our world. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, and embracing of the positive energy that is fueling us, empowering us to move forward, that is embracing our grace and seeing the extraordinary blessings of our soul. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius.